Hello. Good evening, Chuempala. Now there is a time difference. So what has happened is that we've gotten rid of daylight saving time here in Alberta, and so the time difference between Chuempala and Mountain Time is now 9 hours. So it's been 8 hours all along. So today there is this thing where they just play around with time, and so and so we're now 9 hours difference between our time and Chuempala. We'll see how that works, but we'll always be coming in between 21 hours and 22 hours. Okay. Share with as many people as possible if you can. Share this link with as many people as possible. Invite those, particularly, I know that it's late right now, but why not? if some of you that are still struggling to sleep can stay awake and follow us, why not? Even if there is a blackout. So blackout, sometimes there isn't enough bandwidth. Sometimes there isn't, you don't have bundles and everything else, that you still follow us. And so we thank you, keep it up. With rain or sunshine, you're always with TV Bakwetu. And for that, we honor that. We want to recognize that and realize that there is a real sacrifice that people are making to watch us, right? And so the only thing that we have to give you is our unbiased opinion on the things that are happening. That's it. That's why you keep coming. For those that can, please subscribe by paying a monthly subscription. So we are at 46. We were at 46 yesterday, and we are still at 46 today. So we need to at least hit 50 today. And so please become a monthly subscriber. Okay. And in fact, when you become a monthly subscriber, there is a special promotion that Facebook is running. Believe me, Facebook is extremely clever. They're running a promotion that for every subscriber that I earn, they're going to give me $10. Something like $10 per new subscriber between now and the end of the year. Facebook has a plan, I'm telling you. But in any case, because Facebook has a plan, we also have a plan here at TV Bakwetu. So subscribe and let's do it to the maximum of $10,000. That's what they are saying, but we are far off those numbers. I don't think we can get. We have 176,000 followers, but of those, just a very small fraction are actually subscribers, like 46. So which means there is a lot of growth. And so we are looking at you and we are thinking, yes, TV Bakwetu has a lot of growth here. And then Facebook, of course, has this incentive. So why not? Right? So subscribe. I think if you're not subscribing to Alale Kain, I think we are just going to to give up, because imwe tamlefwaya which to subscribe. Tamlefwaya which to subscribe. So why should we continue? Particularly on Facebook. And then on YouTube, you can share. What we are looking at on YouTube is for you to share with as many people and invite people to like us on YouTube, and then send all those gifts that you send, because we are deliberate about it. If we are just going to ignore it, if you figure it's grow. No, we need to grow it. That is the thing, right? Because we are TV Bakwetu, but we are also selling something. We are selling subscriptions. So we are doing all this, and the reason is we need to grow and expand our services. And so thank you for we want TV Bakwetu to be part of you. Now, in order for it to be part of you, sometimes they come for you watch the subscribe. That's how we become part of each other. All right. Anyway, the story about how to sit, but anyway, we I'd sit like a girl. As a father of a little girl, usually those such slurs are very difficult to swallow. But it is what it is, and I think we need to encourage a girl child to be who they are and be happy. Not if you are show at you're sitting like a girl. That's very tough. So today I posted a picture of me sitting like a girl. Katwishi, how you do it, but anyway, we just want to remove that stigma and to shoot back at some people who are trying to get at President Hichilema for a nice picture he took. All right. And then, of course, yesterday the main issue that we were dealing with was the clique, a clique of thieves. And yes, a clique of thieves is Israel, and it's extremely angry. Why? Even if you're not part of the clique of thieves, why you kufulwa? So ngawafulwa, nishkanshi, you are part of that clique of thieves. It's very simple. It's not complicated. Oh, there is a clique of thieves that has been from independence or since independence. Ema nomba wafulwa. Kanshi niwe. So that is what we are thinking. Niwe, you are a clique or a cartel. And so Baneku wafe mature about this. In any case, we have lots of investment that have come our way in Zambia from this COP26 trip. You know, abasungu baretu pera fye. Kulia to 1 million shanyu kuna abasaina. There are several things that are coming our way as a country, and so we need to be very grateful for all that. Okay. Nomba Vaga Sonso.
Mukwai.
Vaga Sonso Mapolen.
Ndita ya Mapolen mwekala shani mwachimoyo.
Amuzimbira ya mushitaba ya sukira.
Mukwai wa mwena mushimbira ya mushitaba ya sukira. Shikulu bantuli wala pita mumushi wako watu watevere nkuni nani. Elo wala mushi wati. Yo bale kalipa sanu pa batevere nkuni. Nichibakwi kata pale pa mushi kusamsha ati watevere nkuni niwe. So bale abantu bale abale yasukira embira ya kwakateka. Talumbwira ma presidents. Nachumfa bani na lumefo bakapoli kai baita timbwiri but ife tumwana mufika poli. balatila iyo kaunda atashani ko balalumbula bena abantu bonse nga balumbula kulumbula noko afuma nomba ifo fwe madabo ife noko afuma kusamfya weso afuma kusolwesi mwala ibatu afuma kwesi naba yasukira ile mbira mushaba pupu kateka alilanda kwali bakwa bapupu bamunomba naife kateka echo twalamuchita twalamukozeshe mbaula tupere kwa mashina pantu abambo okutushupa bafula nanguimbira yapa mushita uyasukira abatwike kwena nabafula mumone mairo Dr. Babari tuwebere kwe bati ba 19-year-old na bena bale yasuko kwe bati alelanda pali ifwe nomba aba 19-year-old ku 1964 kwena chine bamusha weso eko bali
nimpiani kairi bapiana
kakashina mupupu kwali bobupiani
eba piene kansha babene ba 19-year-old abale yasuka nabapiani kairi bamonoko bati mubupupu bwire namwena mwali ba obupiani so kansha abo ba 19-year-old bapiana
awe cho chintu mwe bantu bakwalesa imbila ya mumushi taba yasukila wayasukila emwine Teka talumbwile pweshina lya bakaunda ili aba mwana waya ili aba chiluva ili aba banda ili aba lungu but chikankale cho twaishi banichi uteku bwa lungu bwaikalile pa madilu markets deals and constructions. So in business there's what we call top end deals yakucha sell off the contract ero mwapoka mwakali ubuche kulya kumulu so ku concessions feel legit nempia mwaliamo she part of the debt. So you will find that the debt ba PF bashire some of it ndara mesho mulanda twakongola kuli ba China twakongola kuli balungu naba nabo because mulamwine mo balire yeah so number mwe bantu bakwalesa show chalo chile filo no kulipira nkongole because but shenkongole twakongola shimbi kuli balungu ero balungu aba babikirepo bamo mukwaina ali mfuya yangu libeta tulafyalo atulife kwalesa mu 1974 bambi bali na ba minister of finance kale bambo controller ubuteko bambi abantu babikirepo na balungu so bafume fe mudu weke aba yasukire bonse tukwate koko balolekesha in fact anti corruption commission bale kitafye bakonke bonse aba asuike ilembira ko yoko bachita investigate because imbira ya mumushita bayasukira uwa yasukira emwine
So nomba bakasonso mwalanda kankala sana pantu mwalanda okwebati ile bachiralumbula bakapoli nshishibe nefumuleba perelation ati bakapoli pantu ine napapa sana ati bachiralumbula balumbula omuntu balumbula nokwafuma ayolo momwasala ndokwebati muimo mwafuma kubiri kusamfya na kuisa kombi kusamfya na kusolwezi kote ni kwenu te
kose tu kwetu bakwetu kose tu kwetu
and so muntu ngafoye kuleta akampatania nangu akavundula teti fibombe
nishale tulomba tifu atulepule pakati. So what we go for is after the life of that person, because if you are tulomba ni life
alefo kuipaya
iyo mwabikire ko marati imisango ya ndoshi tata kwena ya papa
bantu chakaba nabo shaishiba mu 1975 yomwaiche
wandi baipaya kutulo nokulwala talwele ale yangalira fye aikira mundeke ale yangalira fye bere awe chalo chino chali tebererwa na mwankole from 1964 abo basuka b'ekikulu babo tukikulu lwatu wabo kati n'abapupu balasha abana mwe
n'abapupu bene mwebo kufyala kaingefe chaba tekufyala
muri mwine njipusheko mwenganga ya mano because nganda ti mwenganga bala muno kwati fishimba bambi bala muno kwati mapanado njipusheko mwenganga ya mano kanshi filia ifya kweba ati na mwikala pachipanda ero bambi baleiba mule mwini bali amukubera na mafumu kanshi na tulio tuwana bafyala kulya kuntanshi tukesa imino kudifenda upupu
kainge fya mumulopa mwebo imumu na kwati barosha mwisanga baranda fya mumulopa no upupu mwine emo bwenda mulya mwine ngwabanga omufolo kanshi fikonka omufolo mulandu wako bati katwishifo chiba bantu tutubana ka 19 year old kafuire kai chefya wino kai chenchenta kati kai chefya nomba zi twena twamonati eto bareye boko bati tupupu kanshi nombe fire chitika fyako bati ni mumulopa
awe kanshi ya pama developmental projects ya kuma constituencies inena lomba kofi okwe bati mumo constituencies kube kono kula utuliachi tupya pantu otherwise development ikaba hampadi kuntanshi ngatakuli kutina kwa kaliati so part of that constituency development funds muma constituencies ya moyamo bakule mono tuliati pantu ngachako bati tuwalemena na kubupupu icharata paliko tulichileya
au mwandini infrastructure
inecho nalefo okulombako chimoba musha mumone chimo chakwebati kateka lyalandire palya chibi abantu bamuyimini okwebati yo tukabapupu asokola abapupu. I think the most constructive thing people could have done is tata ni wokwete amenso yakulosha muntu tabo nefyo buteko tupere amashina abo ngabachiri abo tubakake bari ngiri okumulomba tupere amashina abo bakakwe tubatumine nama bulldog yesu anti corruption commission aba drug enforcement commission nabapa bati yo kuti eberi aba shani elo bambi bambala ati na kutira pali umutundu watungwire
kimasholi
kuli umutundu watungwire bushe muzambe mwere bako umutundu wote abapupu
awe ine kwena nshamo napo na libereka 73 tapaba umutundu ati umupupu umutundu wabo
imfumu yabapupu kanshi ni ani tumutumine bashirika
mbatwebe twishi
batwebe imfumu yabapupu muzambia balaka teka landirepo ni ani tumutumine abashirikale
awe Solwezi Central Botswana ina I think eshinangwete mumutwe Solwezi Central Botswana.
Solwezi Central Botswana. Mwalosha Musa hapo mwenganga ya mano.
I think don't Solwezi Central 0.
Oh, Solwezi Central 0, Botswana 1. 100,000 pula.
I think dimbi mfumu yabo tetuishi.
Ulechi kulubandu kanchecho akoserelepo kwe bati ateke.
Nomba ngani bani bakamsala mwebo.
Abapupu babiyo. Nomba bushe kwena muchalo cheso. Abapupu bali tuchire namba.
No. Echo Dr. Kasonso, therefore to be very clear ba. Ine na mwene, ine mukumona kwandi, na mwene atinchito nomba ya TV bakwetu yapwa. Mama, ife na mwene, after my elections, tuwabika po ubuteko, tuwabika po kateka. Njebele, nomba, ni finch fimbi fo tuwala chita ifo kanshi, na market yapwa. Ife na ale mwana, neo.
Namkwa.
Nomba, a few weeks later, na sasa ngokwe kanshi badia tuwa sepere. Shidempu pushire tuwa sepere. Shirefua konkani ya poku teka mwe. Kanshi fue nchito baka sonso taida apwa iyo.
Kwena. Na fila ture chitati yo tuwa yapa chuti kateka ngamu kutandala tatuishe mkulanda po tuwaleka tuwa kulaisa lionse. Pantu, I thinking mwapoko vuntungu nifi yaba Keith Mulevu batile. Ngachinga wa mono mulwani ya isa no lupiyo lwiki. Umusewe, wemwine wa chalo. I think tutuali lile. Because bada abantu but understand that my elections quite near the my elections ya wayo wale hiba. Tabat understand that my elections are people choosing a different kind of country and a different kind of future and a different kind of plan.
Right. Nomba baka sonso weso.
Nkwai.
Kula bali mwati ngore iba. Ero bakuika tobungo waichefi yako. Mama. Umulandu mume baukumpula fie. Kristu wakumpula. Nomba. Chile bakuikata. Chila fuwaiko waichefi yangale. Taifyo fie.
Fechifuwaiko.
Nensoni sana. Nomba ababantu aba first of all tuaba wina balusa. Nombo kupama. 1. 2. Babeka tubungo, babeka tirubungo ku Botswana. Awera no pama na abapama. Bamu bako bati babasanga nefintu, babasanga 65 million bachiri bare pama mwebo. Nomba if twika lefie ati yo mkwai election yali chitika it's not a big deal. So nomba twara chitasha.
Iyo ifwe pamonga nganga shamano. Ubuteko nifwe ba malonda ba nomba fye twali bamposa mabwe. Nomba tufure twapalamina ku buteko nifwe twaba malonda. Tule londo ubuteko bali abapupu nga baleso sana bakwatako nakamuka investigation akati kuli bakajo. Twalalomba bakajo kwe batwambye okubula bali abantu. Tubatwale munganda nkalamba. Mule munganda nkalamba ne chine fipu bafira luke fira kwata kwa mano ya labwela. Mukali ati.
Okay. Tumekutuwaleka. So kanshi twala konkanyapo mulimo pantu mulimo tuatendeke tatwaulekere pakati yo. Pantu ifirwane tafirekere pakati. Nenso nitafikwete. No konkanyapo kuleta confusion akavundula. They've continued. Nomba ifwe tuleke.
Awe yama ichote chako tatwaleke. Anshi twakula tureshindaisha victory yesu yakola bako every week and every day. So apefo chalaba nifi tulefaye kwako mui wiki reisa kupeko bamwaba kwe mkwimira kukulubula pamila nduyo bachitire pantu nomba ifi obungo bwaba ku Zambia ubungo balefo okubupela omutundu.
Okay.
But ngubuteko nga mwalimu emitundu ibiri mweka elo mwaiba nomba kwisa ikatatwala ya ikataire mitondo imbisha alimo tutwala ikataimo mwebalimo nomba nga ikataimo mwebalimo ero mwalatila tribalism
bakasonso
mkwai
imwe muri bena samfya
mkwai
nangula mwitu tumunati muri bena solwezi inefe nasangamo ilio nasamo na matrilineal system nasabo kwati muri bena samfya banandi echo kanshi imwe nga muri bena ngumbu na muri bena kabende na muri baushi nimwe ba bululu wandi ku mirenge
awe ni mobayama echo mkwati echo njasikira pano kwetu mkwai
echo tufuire tuwachitapa ala kuba kani naba bakabwara loko bati ibyo baleiba icyuma cyacaro tabareibira umutundu iyo tabareibira ifofwe babemba n'abawushi nabe nangumbo abepi nabe nakabende baleibira fyebeka pantu abebiro umutundu ino nshitatari ku mirenge nataranga ngeko yaba
mukwai ngayeko yaba namalaiti ngayeko yafyalirwe tabale ibiro mutundu mukwai ngachakwati bali ibireko mutundolo baleta pamushi ero nomba twati tutile kuti banoko kumwaiche baisa kuchine chala iwe banokolume baletire malaiti era mwaleberengera mu school nomba tabai ibiro mutundu so ifya kweba tibese babela mu mitundu mulya twala basolo kota twala ocha na matches twala posa pona parafini na matches bala kumama na mitundu aiko nokula seba ni mitundu yesu imitundu yesu yali to fight honorably for this country twalibike pona bayama bachiruba eba letina democracy mu Zambia
abena chishinga
kulenga mule pita mu mwense mule ninjinga fenga na wima psychological bwe para pasa fyoko ya para pa mwense ni mpepe ya nomba baiba ero nomba ya bela mamusha ya mutundu awe itutababela memo mu mutundu yo mutundu twakana fwebo twakana
so nomba tuleipushia imfumu chachibemba shonse of course pali ka politics kanono mu chibemba mwine nomba tuleipushia ko mwemfumu shonse inwe bakana beso okufumina kuli kanyantamanga bantu we kanyantamanga you are the custodian ya bubemba no buluba bonse echo tulekwipusha kana beso kweba tufume openly kanyantamanga no kukana okweba tibakabwala la tabare ibira ababemba iyo
hawe
kanyantamanga kana beso
twalomba kweba nabo
mwena
na hivyo fevena bwali twalomba kana besoko tukane ko imirando baleto kwe bati bale ibilo lubemba
mwebena chinsa libonse imwe twalomba ero na imwe mwebalunda mwata kazembe
mwata weso mutwaishwa yaba mulukolo
supervisor kazembe mfumu yababemba mwata kazembe mfumu yabalunda na babemba mwata kazembe tuwapapata mutwebereko ichalo kwebati ababakabwalala bale yibira beka elo nga chakutila law enforcement agencies yabachita visit bebomfyo mutundu yo nemfumu 10 ishabwa ushi bamilambo ebasinya
bamilambo
bamabumba bamatanda basokontwe nashimbi ero nemfumu shabe na kabende bimineko mgwai musale chalo okuchila ama selfish interest yabantu abalera ndoko bati nomba nishi ati baletsa target ababemba iyo baletsa target impupu ishale yibira pye sheka parwashiko
nemkwai
na imwoko kusamfye mwali kwate mfumu jishibe bwe nali bakasonso
kwali bemfumu kuli aina nalafu kama ve mucheni chako akasoma bangweulo umwine nsafya manika kasoma bangweulo landila ko echipani wemfumu Yesu landila ko echipani bonse okwebati takwaba ukwiba mwishina lyobe tauli mfumu yabapupu wawe nafwe bana bo betu abafya baololoka nama institutions kuno ayasunga endalama kuno byabasunga namashimo yaba
ino bakasonso definitely tetumukane okweba ati pama subjects yaba kasoma bangwelu pama subjects pabe empupu icho tulefwaya chakweba ati emfumu shirando okweba ati nga chakutira pali empupu in our chiefdoms. They should account. They shouldn't hide behind the tribe. Simple.
Yeah. Mukwaine mpupu shakwa kasoma bangwelu shale ya kumulima chipuba. Umulima chipuba shidonshiko ekali ati. Kumulima chipuba ukwale baba kuseka pala pamushi wali rufyanya wali iwefi wachishani. Elo waya alima muiba lya mfumu. Your relentless work, you were punished. Nyomba ubuteko bwa Zambia wime wika tempo pusha ikete makofazi ya chalo. Waisa verama mumitundu shuwa. Awe tatulandile ko mfumu kasoma bangwelu inene mwana obe mwishikile chichikulu lwachobe nafu kama tulandile ko nempu pusha kwa kasoma bangwelu shale ya kumulima chipuba.
Icho Numba wakasonso
Mkwai
ichire mpapusha na chimbi nichi ushakwena teti bakambwiri baleka koko gonfya tribalism
balaba yama bakapoli aho tembwiri yo ni bakapoli uyu kambwiri mwamona te kambwiri yo ni kapoli uyu kambwiri mwamona te kambwiri yo ni kapoli ngamwabula shire na mashibiri mwachita compare conduct ifo baita conduct na politics yabo imbwili it's the most bold the leopard the tiger in the bush is the most bold animal. In fact, it's the biggest of the cats. It does not subscribe to anybody, not even to the lion family. And there are scholars who even argue that probably the king of the jungle, ni Mbwili. Namba baka Mbwili conduct yawawe, yakwa kapoli. Ngamwamo na conduct yakwa kapoli. Kapoli is a bush pig. Tayafi itafe mumi bere ne mwenekere. Na mano yakwe bati, ya temwafyo ukuangalira mufiko. Ne misango na manta ya londolo kao. Yeah. So, you know, it's the liberties and the freedoms of this country that would allow the character of that man to even represent himself as anything to the people. So, you know, he cannot point at an MP who has loyalty to him. Even the institution is aspiring to go and lead as a president. Chipan chabaka bwalala. Muzambia patenga yafumapo, especially yafumapo very discredited. Taibwekelapo. Ba UNIP tababwela. Ba MMD baadi esesho kupatikisha no kuchita mofu. Patile MMD ya kwa mwana wasa ifini pate imbishi na fianda MMD. Tayabwela. Na ba PF bene. Kushina kwa tata, nilia mwana, nilia mpashi wa mshiro, tabaka welepo. Wela babika poka poli, na babika po Mbwili.
But why should this matter to us, Bakasonso? I want you to tell me, why should Zambian unity matter to us? Why should respect for all tribes matter? Why can't we, if we to why can't we just ignore this, no kwamba fio kuchita ignore and continue business as usual?
Mundo le shepamenso mone fio ntike mena mato. Ndi mwina sanfia ine bat mwani wembuto ya wakaonde. One Zambia. Ilio kaunda atile One Zambia. Aba fyashi besu bali imine okufuma mu mishi musolwezi ukuya mufuatu gero musanfi Hello, mwafume poka ifo fi Dr. Kasonso, Professor, Reverend Judge Tidide. Aba fiere, everybody have an empalo.
Okay.
So you reflect to, if I reflect on what the Lord has done in my life, even my personal greatness, even if nobody ever sings about it, I know where it matters. I am a product of two families. And both of those families are equally Zambian. One Zambia, one nation. Na mwisho wa musha. Inekonoko na ikala kuno. Ku United States of America. Elo inena isa iposa fe palapeno kati kama ikala ngena ikelewesera pa Washington. Palapena pa bakanishenda la mashaba pina na shaba kankala na bapina. Chino echalo, it's a continent. And nga chako watu mwali yabe na Africa na mano yabe na kambu. Chino echalo nga mwabe fialo 50. But the reason why this country is even this rich is because they have chosen one concept that no nations don't even pay attention to. But under that, USA this, USA that. But what that U is, it means united. 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 Abantu nga nabekatana. Nangfena maboko, namone fena bika maboko hapa. Kuti mwabika pana 100 kg. Hapa. Kuti 9. Because amaboko tukondo tonso hatuikatana. Unity of the country is where the strength is. Effort wapoke no buntungu kuma British. Imitundu yonse yali katene. Abatonga baise. In fact, nali umfuaka limbusha tabatonge bashitishe ngombe shawe na kaunda. Ukuya mkusaina Independence Declaration bakwene ndegeta bakwete na kanono. Imitundu yonse yali katana. That is how this republic was founded. So anytime we try to divide a portion of our country, we become losers.
Right.
Zambia was a loser country over the last 10 years because the people who led it were losers. Zambia was losing money. Zambia was losing money. Mwabo mbaka pia baba shimaini babo mbara pivo kufumpa migodi na bale na kampompo. Babo mbaka laka pia kwa baya posa mShoprite. Kaka pia wabombele straight kaya South Africa kafuma Mzambia. That is because of division. Kama uma nakapi mwaisho ishinda la mashileya. Nga chako bachadi ikere munu tukakuadisha kulipia kumaskulu uku kwata benzi tayakabe nibuka nkala na abantu kushitafi yakadegeka private jet. They don't need witchcraft. They will just need money there. The unity of this republic is very important.
Right.
Without unity, in the first place, we would have not had a country from the British.
So, but unity, Professor, is not just about in the air at you we are united. It's actually translating it into practical terms. Practical unity, which means respect for others, respect for all.
Ishindu posha kwa mayo fwe balande chiwemba tuchindike kwe mitondo shimbi. Ilio bachiru babaleteka, ilio bakaunda baleteka, ilio basata baleteka. Tulikwete ma opposition. But indupota sare butukira fe kumuko wati imwe bantu muri mutundu uyu imwe tamuri bena Zambia. Awe filia tuila chitaba munsha. We need a united country, and united we can do better. These voices which are like wild dogs, I think it wouldn't hurt.
That's how seriously you feel about it.
Yes, President, because Mutonga, Alandat thieves have been running this. Katushefe bomfuire. Because bali shwatinga mwakukaliati mwayalumbola a certain last name. Abala imyama boko balafu makulu mutundu. So, Defia Lelanda Poefio, he is talking about a cartel of people that created policies that centralized the system. And then SNI said, ikyalo kino abantu bafiire baleerya baletwala abaana baabo ku masukulu baletashana ate disseminate impia kuya shalaya kufya kuma places yami bambi balaise fipu bapati yo shimpia tatukwete na capacity ya kushibomvya iwe kwali bako omuntu takwata capacity ya kushibomvya patu na kashikulu bantu pano bakapela pension kala kwata capacity fya kubomvya ndalama muliamulusaka kashani na kushimo kateka connected fyangu kuna mafamu kumushi nomba iwo kutwala bepe chalo cha musango. They have resorted to politics of telling lies. Here on TV Bakweto, we have to continue to confront them because it will take the country backwards. In fact, bale tutwala mkweshiwa. Uishta ya kufunyapo yukateka. Bambi ama Clique satwaka sumini ati waka epo padia. Awe. Because tuanako kuwekera kunuma. Chichalo chifue chile ya kuntanshi.
Okay.
Yes.
You mentioned, about the Tonga peoples in Monze, in a traditional ceremony at Chibakolelo, they put the money together. As a matter of fact, ni Pachimuti at the traditional ceremony commemorates Pachimuti where Ngumbula, Kenneth Kaunda, and Simon Mwansaka Pwepwe were elected as representatives of the new African National Congress. It happened in Monze. Okukwine lero ba Arabi na akainde hichile mabachiba. And they said, okwebati, the Tonga peoples of Monze contributed in ng'ombe. Okwebati bashite air ticket. Iya omfishe. Kaumbe. Na kapwepwe. Okuya kuisa. Okuya kuisa. Atishari ni ng'ombe shabatonga mwe.
Yeah. Nomba mwapokero buntungo mu ng'ombe shabatonga. Ero nomba lero mwe shikululwa fya Zambia mwese mukutuka batonga. We kwate niko mchinshi ku bantu banenu. No people group is perfect, no family is perfect. We are one people and we are stronger as one country. In fact, ngamule chinjanya kuna mitundo na values ya mitundo ya families paute. Everybody to improve each other. Let me give you an example of here in the United States. Bala chita pano no babika pom Democrat, pano no babika po Republican. Those people come from different streams and different tribes and different families. Each one of those comes and adds an emphasis and expenditure and grow the economy in a direction that the previous government did not. And then ngamwachinja na kabiri mbalana bena bambe batwala babika kofidia if you now to emphasize. In the end, in the long term, if you see the 50 years, you'll find that the economy has been expanded 100-fold because the little simple emphasis from human experience helps us to get to a place of prosperity. I think in a tribalism, a stranglehold on certain groups from accessing power in our republic is one of the biggest sources of poverty. Ichengombe bashtishesho in a nebo accountant. Move farming accounting. Ingombe shija esho Twitter tama capital assets. Ma assets area. Ngamwateke mbwa munganda ni pet. Taisha qualify as a capital asset. But ingombe ngamwateka ni capital asset on a business.
So can she forever take mbwa tema assets?
Imbwa te asset. Imbwa ni chibusa wa muntu. Yali kwata nayo enchende chita play role life ya muntu. But on the spectrum of economics, imbwa tayabamo because it's not an asset. So nomba ifo tuafuma kundu kwa shesha kwa tuleteka imbwa, shimitule shifumfeno kuya mkola wako mayaya wako lo mpa. Kwa sai maputwa imi na pachulu tuwala tukava nesu ava tekele kwe ngombe. We are just insulting wealth because some assets ni wealth. We cannot be a prosperous country if we create a culture of insulting wealth. Nangu mipela kwa chimbi, kula beshindo po shimbi. Nangu tateke lembo panganda. kulaba tu alimemba lala because not tushamula mubala yambalala tumuka kulabako muka kula mapanga n'embeba shirembeba tatushipendere shiri mushinga tushina but imbeba shiri muibala muri mbalala. Those are not assets. They are not part of the capital economy. Yeah, but they can still enhance our way of life. Tete tufume mukoche mbeba ero tuse tukaba nenso pakusunge ngombe. Nishituleta behave quite mashiro because ingombe are part of the assets in the capital of a farmer. In fact, tuleke kusungile ngombe ku Southern Province, to just spread the culture ya ngombe the whole country. We will be just fine. Nakumirenge kuise but kweli kwa sa helicopter ya sansa ko sese fly ya ipaya because ngombe na sese fly tafumfana. Kala kachishi kala ngakaisa sume ngombe ile kala panshi alwala afiro kulima.
Okay.
Yeah.
So can we use part of our 25 billion kumirenge to rete kwe ngombe?
Yeah, actually, that's one of the issues we need to talk about because nali umfama commentators are that yo 25 billion ifuri ikala kulusaka elo constituency kulia ngabapanga ma plans elo kulusaka bachita approve. That's not decentralization. Decentralization kubula shindala masha constituency ko bapangira ma decision. Ero mwabachita auditing ngatabashwomfeshe no the following year tabakashimoni. Yeah, that is the way you insert in controls, but the area 25 billion area constituency ile pera abantu bonse amaka indupwa shesu mumirenge muliana musanfye mwangira kwa chimembe konse kulena kumpanta na ukatansha kulebala kwata capacity abantu kuchita recognize that kalaka bridge kapa katansha nga kafu kufokotera mofeka change akana no balungisha balapita abashila and the different things that can be done with that. They have to set up administrative offices and my MPs, my ex-officials, to be even signing off on any major initiative or any major expenditure, even if they are not the ones who are deciding that. But have veto power because they are representatives of the people there. So what we can do with that, I think our guys are the Ministry of Finance, of course, will go for guidance. But I've never let the idea. But if you to venga bonfirma constituencies yabo valero risha ko ile 25 billion uko ilea maybe kutiba kopako na vena baishi bati imuchalo takwabo okuchita share insala pantu insala nga yachira mo ila leto musebanya ife baimbe bachala
pantu insala
ila leto musebanya ukateka shilepo talefwaye insala. You can't share poverty. So afokotwela mu abantu ifima billion. Ngamwabika po mpupu ya isa ya mibila. Mwabika po mukankala isa amishinga ko fechibe chabo kankala. Nomba umulandu wakuberesha poverty. Abantu besu chile babwera kumukoshi. Abantu besu bakwacho bwafya.
Dr. Kasonso.
Mkwae.
Here on TV Bakwetu, we have a very clear objective. We believe in the unity of our country.
That's an uncompromisable reality and fact.
And respect for all tribes.
Yes.
Now, we get criticized because we use a lot of Bemba. Why do we use that?
Mukwai forever mwele tuwale kula. Echitundu twakuliremo 1980 to 1990 nali kusanfya mwewo twalela nde ekisungu inkubaole twaleko pakuli father nakuli ba teacher ku school ekisungu ikyashale ekitundu ekyo twalela nda nomba nga tawukweteka past ya kuchita express mu kitundu kyakwanoko mother language awo kwena nishuli kipumbu pantu nokweli wale konsha kuibere ekitundu wale kufunda nomba ekyo ukani nokulandya mu ekitundu kinshi pantu wasambira ifo twalisambira bambi kuti basambira ku Zambia tabakafikepo n'okufika pona ngu bayuma pawa kukosa but ekitundu kyakwamayo tabakafunye mukanwa iyo twalewo nkebere ekitundu twasambirirepo.
Nachimbi, on TV Bakweto, we welcome all languages. That's why we are one of the most flexible station where kutuwaisa ngani Lunda walanda, ngani Chokwe walanda, ngani Luvale walanda, and you don't owe anybody an explanation because we believe in the unity of our country. This is one Zambia, one nation, uncompromisable.
Yeah. I'll tell you, when Chinale kula kundol, naletamba Yamanyuzi yale some different languages. Favorite language yandi, I hope you can allow me to say it here. Nshaishi wanifia kuilanda. Nale mfuafye, ondele mfuafya weza tinchunga dino, wejima, influmendi, ensangomlonda, zakwitanga Miriam Nchenso. I just like the accent, the way they breathe the language. I can't speak it, but I really like it. We have to be able to proudly speak our languages, our mother languages, in as much as we can speak English, which is a neutral language. But we can't lean on the neutral language. It is not tribalism to speak. You know, I was growing up in certain sections of society where if a group of Bema-speaking people hear another person speak a language they don't understand, then they call that tribalism. I like TV Bakweto because here in TV Bakweto, we demystify that. Tribalism is not speaking a language that other people don't understand. Hey, after all, why are you focusing on a language you don't understand? If someone is speaking a language you don't understand, then they're not talking to you. Why are you being so gossipy? You know?
And the other thing is, if somebody comes on TV Bakweto, they speak in Lunda. It is you who has a problem. Not
Hallelujah. No, not the Lunda. If you are kulide, echitundu walenda, echitundu chakwanyina.
So kanshino Lunda nga wawomfya Lunda. Elo nshumfuire. Lunda. Ine nshumfuire chilunda nangu ichitonga nangu ichiloze. Ni chubwafya ni nevo. Ne ushumfuire.
Amen. Iyo chitena underline. Ulio ushumfuire chile chitundu, kwete obwafya. Nomba ishinsambu tuipela okukundi mishesto kuri balupwa lweso. Ishakwe bati umuntu ngalanda akatundu akota umfuire ati ma tribalist. Awe.
May God bless our country
100-fold.
Yeah. May God bless Zambia.
Bless Zambia.
Ndemi kumbwisha.
Nishisho na pako vika.
Zambia ilikuwa tapari Zambia ponemwe bakasonso.
One Zambia. One Zambia.
Ni orange. One Zambia.
If we na Zambia bakama na menshi, and we will not allow any inkumba kapoli to bully us off of our country.
Frank, Bakasonso has said some very, very interesting things. He says he's Samfia Solwezi. Now, I know, Frank, that Naomi, you have a very interesting combination. Would you care to share that with us?
Yes. So I'm Ushi. Apparently, there's a lot of us here. So my dad is Ushi. My mom is Lozi. My mom was born in Kalabo. My dad was born in Samfia, funnily enough. And my dad comes from the village of Mabokunda village, Chief Kalasamukoso. Yeah. So we got the combination, and I've always grown up knowing both sides of the family. I've always had the love for the Lozi part. I've always had the love for the Ushi part. As Dr. Kasonso said, we came from both sides of the family. You can't pick one side of just one side of the family. There was 2 tribes that were involved, and hence when we were born, we become part of both tribes. I go back to when we were growing up, when I was growing back up in Luansha. Everybody came from different tribes. I can think of the people in our streets. Everybody came from different parts of the country, different tribes. There wasn't this identification. You knew what tribe they were, but that's not what defined you. What defined you as a group of people who are living together as a community? There wasn't that difference there. The PF are just trying to play politics. They know they lost. They're now saying they've been arrested because they're from Northern Province. Well, we know that the government that was in power was full of thieves. And the majority of people who are in government were from Northern Province. So who do we expect to be arrested? Somebody from Northwestern. And then there's this where people who were dismissed on tribal lines. Again, who do they want to go and be given back their jobs? Somebody from Northern, when the people who were dismissed were from Southern? Some of these things you just think, are these people using their brains? Well, have they got brains? We have to be serious in what they're doing. What happened in our country should never happen anywhere, should never have happened. When people were losing their jobs on national interest, just because the government told them you're from the wrong tribe, these people didn't come and speak up. These people did not come and speak up when these people lost their income. When these people went to work and they were told you got no jobs, and all of a sudden they had no money to feed their family, no money to send their children to school. These people did not speak up. And now these people are coming in and they're saying, oh, they're doing this on tribal lines. Who do they want? They're the people who lost their jobs on tribal lines. So they're the ones who have to get their jobs back. What do they want?
Yeah. May the curse of Edgar Lungu never return to our country.
Never to return in our country. Back to Sendo.
I think it should be a lesson. It should be a lesson to our country when it comes to voting leaders in. I always feel in an ideal situation, Edgar Lungu would not have been in power. With President Sata dying and people didn't know where he came from, people did not know his history. And I think it's a lesson for our country that we're able to say, who are we putting in power? Who are we giving this responsibility? Because this responsibility is so great. And if we give this responsibility to the wrong people, we experience what we've experienced over the last few years. These are the government. These are the people who literally poisoned our people. When it comes to expired medication, that is another level of irresponsibility. I give an example. What they did, medication, is equivalent to putting poison into your running water. They were comfortable with that because they were making money. And you hear people like Bowman Lusambo saying, we'll be doing checks and balance. He does not qualify to give people check and balance.
Right. Yeah. And I think Zambian unity matters. It's one Zambia, one nation. And any politician that is trying to bring and go to tribal narratives must be rejected and must be rejected completely. Just like you, Frank, I grew up in Chuempala. You grew up in Luansha, in Chuempala.
Yeah.
And growing up there, Chuempala is one of the most tribally diverse urban area on the Copper Belt. And today, the Chingola TV choir of Chuempala, they did a song in Chokwe.
Yeah. And
I look at that and I'm thinking, thank God for all those parents, for all those families that have held on to the diversity of language the fact that the kids in Chwempala growing up in a predominantly Kopala Bemba dominated language, and yet they're still preserving the Chokwe language, the Kaonde language, the Lunda language, the Luvale language. And I think that is what makes us as a country, as a united country. I think I find that to be quite remarkable. And the issue is never about a erasure of others. It's not erasure where you erase the identity of diversity, but rather that you celebrate the diversity. You celebrate the language, you celebrate the culture. Bantu, when I was growing up, our friends, match that disappear via and we respected that. But then and then Ulchelo, there is commotion. That was part of the culture. That was part of being Zambian. And we grew up in that kind of environment. And that is the kind of environment we want to continue fostering. An environment of unity. And as TV Bakwetu, we have a duty to maintain our country as a united country. Absolutely.
And we have to embrace that. And you talk about, I went in grade 8 and grade 9, I went to boarding school in Mutanda, just on the outskirts of Solwezi. I did not know a word of Kaonde. But the moment I got there, I went, I want to know what goes on over here. You start like that, and sometimes you go to a place, you'll be walking around the place, and you'll just be saying 1 or 2 words because you wanted to be embraced in that culture. And the people in that area knew that, oh, this person has come from the Copper Belt, so doesn't speak a lot of Kaonde. You greet them in Kaonde, then you start a conversation, and they will speak their Bemba. Everybody, there was that union, there was that understanding. Our tribes are not supposed to divide us. Our tribes are who we are, but also we're supposed to embrace each other's tribe, and people have to feel proud of their tribe. You don't want somebody to go, oh, I can't speak Tonga there because people are going to be uncomfortable, or I can't speak Lozi because people are going to be uncomfortable. People have to be able to say, I want wherever I go in the country to say, I'm from Northern Province, I'm from Southern Province, without fearing that there are people out there going to be placing judgment. Because at the end of the day, we come from somewhere. At the end of the day, everybody in Zambia comes from somewhere. There is a place their parents either from, there's a province their parents come from, and they have to embrace that. And nobody should make them feel uncomfortable for who they are. It just should not happen.
This is about 23. Is this 23 in Zambia or what?
It's 23 in Zambia now.
23, 21. It's pretty late, but we still have our friends still following us, 1,159. Not that it matters, but we see that how important this conversation is to our country and to the diaspora, because we are really one country. The 11th province, the diaspora, is still part of Zambia, and we are not going to be apologizing. So that we say if we're going to no, we are part and parcel of our beautiful country, and we are going to do it.
Chungulopo mkwai kwetu TV
Kimazi wani ndate
Kimanzi wani sichawasa mulimu sichawasa Yesu. As you can hear, my voice is still a little bit hoarse because I had the flu for the past 3 days. I've been bedridden, but now I'm back, and tomorrow I'm reporting for work. Listening to what is going on back home, it's kind of really disappointing, and I don't know why people should even pay attention to people like Kambwili and Shoni Tembo over their sentiments, even when we know that these are the people, especially Kambwili, that he is the reason why PF got those results, because of the tribal remarks or being tribalism. So I don't understand, and he's never going to learn a lesson from there. And he still thinks because he has a group of people that still claim to qualify or glorify him, even when we know that he is not going anywhere. There's no Zambian whatsoever, no reasonable Zambian that will stand and support Tshimbakambwili's ideology, because he is there to divide the nation. And we, as the Zambian people, Alumulati, we don't want him. Kilisholi wabuhata. Tshimbakambwili is a liar. Tshimbakambwili, he can tell you today this, tomorrow he comes and tell you teine. We know he is on record. So mweba lefo okumukonka na mwebe neba PF natumidabwa sana. How could you sink so low? Mwayaleto muntu ukete napwa kale waufi aisa mukumiona wila patien. This because we need opposition in Zambia. We need a strong opposition, and we had hopes that you, the PF, were going to be the best opposition. Nomba monenyo formulechta. Listen to what you are saying. The president goes and announces something or mentions about a clique of thieves. A clique of thieves that have been stealing, milking, defrauding the Zambian people. Elo imo mwaya ipela mashina, mwaya ibikamo. He never mentioned the names. He never mentioned anybody. Right. The guilty ones are always afraid. You come out and say, Maumfo, this is a tribe or whatever. Did he even mention which those cliques where they belong to Tongas or Lozis or Bembas? He just said a clique. And he won't say, what did you say? So please stay in your lane, wait until we come to you at the right time when we have the good cases for you, because we are coming for you.
You are going after them.
We are coming. If it means borrowing, if it means Vamusha, getting extorting money from the governor of Zambia, but if that's what it means for us to get Eurobonds, on the individual level, to come and cage them, we are going to do that even when we live in diaspora. We can also go. We live with the Europeans here. We can just simply go to them and say, hey guys, I have a big deal in Zambia, but I need money. Fund me so I can go and fix these chaps. We come and fix you, the thieves. Masholi.
You know, Dr. Munsha, because I grew up in Zambia, so the house I used to live in, right behind the house I lived in, there was a railway line that used to go to the mines. And I still remember one time we woke up and the railway line had disappeared. But this was like the worst kept secret. We all knew what happened to that railway line. Okay? So there was this guy, he was a small young chap. He was about 6 years old. And one time somebody was just saying, what happened? And even Njanji. And this little boy is like, oh,
No, that man has destroyed his name, his career. He was a very viable individual. Unfortunately, he was derailed. He went somewhere. So I don't know whether it's CA1's spirit or whatever that got him. No kwenda fila mola mona ka step ka handwriting. Fila benda kwati umuntu ala bola. I don't understand. I don't want to sink so low to go that far to start attacking his handwriting. But I would rather attack on his sentiments that he's busy demonizing the president. Each time the president mentions something, each time the president says something, now we in a show in Nankan, they have to come up and negate the president. Is that what we call opposition?
So Mkelabai, just to be clear, we are not talking about how a person works, because Bola will wait and so tatufira okuseka abantu ifyo benda whether ni bola nangu kaswende nangu kasere nangu tatuseka amalwere iyo
fyakwifuayila ulufuma lulya kuti lwapwa akwifuayila ale yakuma exercise akapwa
imwe bamukela bayi bamukela bayi
mina ndate amuzitwelezawo
okay Lutuwezi. I hate what he does. That is what is confusing me, and he's misleading.
Percy,
so many people.
Percy, are you there?
I'm here, my brother.
I'm telling you, okweba chamalwele if you para bola utuswende utusere nevya shala malwele fye tatufiro okuseka omuntu ati yomukoyu ali lwala bola nango yomuntu tule mutunganya ko batali lwala kaswende nango akasere. No, people should go and seek treatment. So tatufiro okuseka omuntu mulandwe wafyo enda bantu naifwenda kwali babantu abakwata obwafyo naife tuenda
tewaleva baba lungwa tebalwala marasmus kumupela omuti wakwe
awe nafirwa chama Percy.
Anyway, ina la tampila puna master fraudster 0 ati va president vari ya ku traditional ceremony ya kumyavo. So what if it's the first ceremony which has come up? So pantu ya kumya tetayeko pantu ya first year isa when his calendar is free for to do that. Vamos, and then push up before I continue talking. Va president tetivaye kumyavo ku traditional ceremony pantu ni kumyavo.
Of course inenga nebona tekere elo kulichavo kabaushi kwa matanda. I'll go there. So
so for me
so he's a tribalist. He's simple. He's a tribalist, and this is the insensitivity that some of our citizens have towards their fellow citizens. It's pretty deplorable, and I'm sorry, but some of you are telling us that today stuff you ignore. But how do you ignore such a virus? Language that divides our people. It's very sad.
That's why sometimes you find I'll lay into the police IG, But again, no matter how much you can lay into him, it makes little difference for the reason being he hasn't appointed his people, because according to the president, this was from yesterday, according to the president, he can appoint, sorry, I'm trying to put this nicely, he can appoint his commissioners. The president appoints the IG. The IG appoints his subordinates. Should I put it that way? That was what the president said yesterday. Unless I'm wrong, you people on the panel, you correct me. So right now he hasn't appointed his people. So the more we keep those people who are there, people like Zero and Mr. Hippopotamus, we won't deal with them. Because report.
Some of these are not really police cases, right? Sean Zero's issues, like if he says, like he's reported to be saying, the president should have gone to a different traditional ceremony and he should not have gone to Southern Province. How do you handle that?
But Vamusha, my point is, Sean Zero, it's not the first time.
No.
He said some things which we can't say they are bordering on tribalism. They are tribalism.
No. Sean Zero's issue should be dealt with politically. When
to be honest with you,
when Bama Nawakwi was giving a problem in the run-up to elections, I had a suggestion ukwebati apo Bama Nawakwi bakoserera po paliyo muntu hakaindihitino bana mayo women in a very peaceful manner bakabule hakaindihitino apo nishita barateka iyo inoshite turandefyo akachero chero bakabasensente bahichirema nokutwalira bana wako kuyabatulira taleni uyu muntu mwakoserapo aleni nomba mulieni. That was the solution. So nomba PND party
bamushera suggestion mwapangire ngaafikire fe bamufukatira no kumutomana ule muntu bali mutemwa sana.
Oh, that's answer.
Kabiri ngana bakutemwa bana mayo ero ngita ule ba available. Ero mrecha communicate through a newspaper. Efe chumfu igete mwiko fidia fini.
Baka sonso obobo fino mulomo njifwaye.
Let him push it.
Each lefwa kwacha imwe ba UPND kanshinishi ni pate ya msango shana kuti mwafirwa okudiringa na John Zero ule tukana imwe kupoka permission kuli bakapokola bamipera permit no kuyamo na John Zero ku office kumwakwe mumutende in peace no kuyamo berengera kukakala taka very short later John Zero no kumusoka uko batwe John Zero we are a democratic country. Elo, you are free to criticize the government on what it's doing. Number 8, tribalism. Ululu pato. Uleke. It's simple. In a peaceful, shirandira tu baka yemu nomba muku pono na Sean Zero. Pantu Sean Zero. Sean Zero is number 1. Uku pono na.
Yeah.
This of all, PF ba pono na.
He is very ponokable.
Sean Zero kuponona bata mpire mu PF. Very terrible. I can't approve of that action. Nama pictures epo yaba Sean Zero na baponona na balemwensha on a wheelbarrow. Sean Zero. Because of his body rufianya. Number, if you're there and UPND should not do that. What UPND need to do is to get a police permit. No, kuya berenge Sean Zero a very short letter from the heart of the UPND party and the youth and the women. Sean Zero.
Let me push before you give a chance to somebody else. So the way I understand what you've explained, but now you've got that other hippo person, the one who wants to be president, and his mouth is so bad because even now, right now, when you go on social media, if you check the people who talk on top in terms of tribal lines, basically they are all talking points of His Excellency, the hippo who wants to be one. So for me, I'm not impressed because right now, to be honest with you, in my books, I've lost any respect for him. I can't even call him Vamdala. I'll call him whatever fits. Anyway, he said himself that when I go back to PF, he's in this chisushi. So chisushi. If you kumita pe chisushi. Nalekera apope.
Bamucha mwachinkalipire na chiranda pali vanu wako. But icho mwachita mwachiposa entambi. Mwachiposa amashuwe yabo mfeshe bayama bachiru. Bayama bachiru wabatire. Bushemu alimonako na mayo. Aya imina pachuru. pakalangani ku vantu nokuisa lumba shikulu vantu ati chako nishi achimulota so ine munhu achiloshako fye vala vana wakwikwe vati fye vakoserera president na difi mwena pali pamashu yabo mfeshe impali muvachilova ko vati awe limbi kuti chava chite mwiko ichava sawa fana chatenda mwaya muvike fyo kuti vafika fe vamufukatira nokumutomona nomba pamulando wavashon zero vashon zero ine nshave shive naishiremo nafe munewspaper actually mulusaka times avo muntu nava musakula nava muponona vapf vakuvenga mipemiti mefi fisha chitiriyo yomuntu wena lifulwa sana ili mpumo yapumina koshon zero nomba ilikwaisa new dawn elo nomba true colors yako yaisafuma
because is a tribalist.
Yeah, so nomba inena shala fyokola pepera ati bali abantu bali rufyenyo kumushako bali rufyenyo kumushako ya muntu uyu tata taishibe fyako bomfyakanwa nangunika bo point taishibe fyakulemba ala mukusonkomona abantu nokubatendeka. What Sean Tembo is doing is not politics. He's provoking people. And what Sean Tembo is doing is not politics. We know what politics is. We have been to school. We probably have more school than Sean will ever have since he was born. We know
he started criticizing.
We
started criticizing HH.
We know. Yeah, we know the difference between the right hand and the left hand. And he doesn't. Criticizing HH is there. It's a given.
Yeah. But he started doing it on day one. He started doing it on day one before HH even said
it's okay to even do that. But his method is using stupidity, you know, where he casts aspersions on the president's tribe, the industry of his family on keeping animals. If many were from his village, they are only rats that they have to chase in the villages or in the shrub, in the bush. You know, so he uses a set of foolish sentiments and he turns them into public discourse. What Sean Tembo is doing is not politics. Sean Tembo is being a nincompoop, and the sooner the cadres bundle him up and the police arrest him, the better, perhaps. Because that is how only you can solve that. Because we can sit here on this show, try to cancel Sean Tembo. Sean Tembo doesn't have the capacity and the brain to grasp that. Probably when I'm a cadres wa PF, because if you read, if you are Leila Sean Zero, Sean Zero, usho umuntu bamufyalire kuntwani na ngofu mine mumona bamufyone nefye. You know, so it's a terrible arrangement. What Sean Tembo is doing is not politics. We have to treat it like that. If we take what Sean Tembo is doing as politics, we're mistaken. What Sean Tembo is doing is petty quarrels, tribalism, and just sheer lack of grit and dexterity and playing in dangerous territory. You know, I learned from some of these illustrious classes that people who live in glass houses should not be throwing stones. People who live in glass houses should not throw stones. But Sean Tembo, he lives in a glass house called Botswana, and there he is being a drama queen in Zambia. And now his data is coming from Botswana. Then we know why he even wants to be in government, because he knows that he cannot function in the SADC region because they are still looking for him in Botswana. So what Sean Tembo is doing is not politics. We cannot handle what Sean Tembo is doing as politics. First of all, there's no election here. There's nobody campaigning. What Sean Tembo is doing is putting people in a bad light, saying a very, very objectionable things, and he claims that he's an accountant. In the accounting profession, we do not talk like that. We use facts and data. We use numbers to interpret facts and contradict the concepts and theories that people are propagating. The accounting profession is one of the most brilliant professions on the face of the earth. What Sean Tembo is doing is not accountants. Sean Tembo is doing petty provocation. Ine mukumona kwandi echo ama Americans bamupumine. Nomba uteko bweso tabufwire bamupuma but twilapose nshita fefe ntwakene okupose nshita pali bana wakwe twilapose nshita pali Sean Tembo. What Sean Tembo is doing
let's not even talk about him. We're wasting time and energy. Let's talk about something else. Let's encourage the chiefs in all these northern lands, the northern country, the Luapula province, to come out and denounce and demonize tribalism. If they keep quiet and they don't say anything, but if we have allowances, to amikani na mwenfumu kana vesa mulopwe, therefore mufume, come out, send your spokespersons, let them come out to the Zambian people and denounce anyone that wants to bring division in our motherland. We love Zambia. Zambia is our country.
Thank you.
Let the ladies speak as well. All the men have taken over.
Beauty Digan.
Good evening.
Himbai, Lolele Pano. But Beauty. Our Beauty Tavaripo. But Gladys, Tamunipo name.
Mkwai.
Oh, wait. But Beauty.
Mkwai. Lebo ni kwata ko tumasiutu no tunde fuku chitako nalalanda. Would you like me? Oh, you can't hear me. Can you not hear me?
No, loud.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Beauty, we can hear you.
Would you be okay if I spoke in Lunda?
Please, why not?
Okay, so my message to Wakambwili is that I won't even say to Wakambwili. I would like to talk to Siawan. Therefore, kubobwera fe Siawan SFA. SFA Siawan. To Africa for you. Tuachula Siawan. I beg my brother now, Siawan. Please hear us now. Help us. I beg. It's too much here in Zambia. Too much, my brother, too much. Come help us. I can't speak Pidgin now. It's all broken. And then I'm going to change to Kaonde. Vankambo varemi kajova kine tukwashaiko we muntu witu kiusha kuno twafwa niba kasonso na wakana bayapi twafwa we muntu araiko mukadea kale ko mukadea pacheche madezi wa cheche ko tu wakira mu apa pakarobika iposiro tepu twimi popo era barebi kine sakulekani ba Jones kasonso na bambepo awa muntu witu peshamana. And then I'll go to Bakainde. Vagainde vantu valibo wa jealousy. Mwajita everything that's never been done before. You are just amazing. Leza mwine, I've forgotten the Tonga, but yeah. Leza usai kwimi kwasha. Kwimi sanchi na Bakainde. You're doing a fantastic job, Bantu. They're just jealous. And then something else, I think I wanted to ask the pastors in Zambia, because during Lungu, we there was a lot of people that were praying for Lungu, Christians for Lungu, and all this kind of stuff. So there are two people who are demonically possessed. These two people are possessed. They need those demons to be, we just need those demons to come out. Can you help us, please? Pray for these people. To Asanta man.
Thank you. Twasanta Mwane.
Mwane Sanke Mwane.
But Alvin, quickly, before we close.
Yes, good evening, colleagues, and good evening, Dr. Elias Munsha. You know, my take on Sean Zero, for me, I think the silence on him would do us a very big favor, because if we keep on discussing whatever he says, whatever he does, and the more we give him attention, the more he'll grow wings. That is actually the more reason why he's doing that. He is speaking nonsense. He is speaking rubbish just to get attention and to get our attention. And when I was growing up, there was this common cliche that if you respond to a foolish person, you actually become a foolish person as well. So I think we can only prove that we are wise if we simply ignore him. And believe you me, one day, just one day, he's going to step on a sharp stone, which will pierce him. He's going to say something that will really put him in his place. And so the best thing to do is, I think, to ignore him, really ignoring him, because we know that what he's talking is nonsense. He's really talking rubbish, nonsense completely.
Thank you. We're going, our conversations already have taken much longer. Emmanuel, we're going to do it another day. This has been a presentation of TV Bakwetu. Elias Munsha here with our TV Bakwetu family. Please continue sharing us, continue spreading the word around, and subscribing. Subscribe. Very important on the Elias Munsha page. It has been a pleasure hanging out with you today. Mostly for the first part, we had Professor Kasonso, and then for the later part of this discussion, we were joined by our magnificent TV Bakwetu family. Good night, God bless you, and God bless our country. Thank you.